My children forgot my birthday, but remembered my money. Hello, dear one. It's late, isn't it? The house is quiet, just the soft hum of the clock on the wall, and the distant sound of rain tapping against the window. Come sit with me. Let me tell you my story. My name is May, and I'm 65 now. Some days I feel every one of those years in my bones, and other days I feel like that young woman who thought love could fix everything. It was my 65th birthday last month. I woke up early like I always do. The sun was just peeking through the curtains, painting the kitchen in that soft golden light. I made myself a cup of tea chamomile, the kind that soothes the stomach when it's tied in knots. I sat at the table, the one we've had since the children were small, with all its little scratches from homework and spilled milk. I waited. The phone didn't ring. No text lit up the screen. Not from my son David or his wife Laura. Not from my daughter Sarah or her husband Mark. Not even a quick message from the grandchildren, little Emma and Jack, who usually send voice notes that make me smile for days. By noon, I told myself they were busy. Life is busy, isn't it? David runs his own construction business now, always on site. Sarah's a nurse, working long shifts at the hospital. They have their own families, their own worries. I baked a small cake anyway. Just a simple vanilla one, with buttercream frosting. I lit a single candle, not 65, that would be too many, and made a wish. I wished for peace, I think. Or maybe just a call. The day passed quietly. I watched an old movie, the kind with happy endings that don't feel real anymore. I folded some laundry. I watered the plants on the windowsill, the African violets that bloom purple, reminding me of my mother's garden. Evening came. Still nothing. Then around 7 my phone buzzed. It was David. Mom. Hey, quick question. Laura and I are looking at new cars, and we're a bit short on the down payment. You know that savings account you mentioned? Could you help us out? Just 5,000 maybe? We'd pay you back, promise. My heart. It just sank. Like a stone dropped into still water. I sat there, staring at the cake with its melted candle wax. No happy birthday, Mom. No, how are you feeling today? Just money. Sarah called an hour later. Mom, the kids need new school uniforms and Mark's hours got cut. Could you spot us a couple thousand? You're always so good about these things. I said yes, of course. I always say yes. That night, I cried quietly in bed. Not loud sobs, just silent tears that soaked the pillow. How did we get here? How did the woman who gave everything end up alone on her birthday, but still the first person they call when they need something? Let me take you back, sweet friend. Back to where it all began. I grew up in a small town, the kind where everyone knows everyone. My father worked in the mill, my mother took in sewing to make ends meet. We didn't have much, but we had love. Real love. The kind that shows up with hugs and homemade soup when you're sick. I met Robert, my husband, at 22. He was handsome, with kind eyes and a laugh that filled a room. We married young, in the little church on the hill. I wore a simple white dress my mother altered from her own wedding gown. David came first, 2 years later. A beautiful boy with Robert's dark hair and my smile. I remember holding him that first night, his tiny fingers wrapped around mine. I promised him the world. Sarah arrived 3 years after that. A little girl with curls and a fierce spirit. She was my shadow, always wanting to help in the kitchen, stirring batter with her little wooden spoon. Robert worked long hours at the factory. I stayed home, raising the children, keeping the house. It wasn't easy, money was tight. But we managed. I clipped coupons, sewed their clothes, baked bread from scratch. I was there for every school play, every fever, every scraped knee. I sacrificed quietly. When David wanted to play soccer, I took extra cleaning jobs to pay for the cleats and fees. When Sarah dreamed of dance lessons, I gave up my own little treats. New shoes, a haircut at the salon to make it happen. Robert passed when the children were teenagers. A heart attack, sudden and cruel. He was only 48. I was 45. The grief. It was a heavy fog. But I pushed through. For them. I sold the house, too big for one person, and moved into this smaller one. I used the money to help David start his business. Mom, I'll make you proud, he said. I loaned Sarah money for nursing school. You'll never have to worry, she promised. They got married. Grandchildren came. Emma with her freckles, Jack with his endless questions. I was there for it all. Babysitting when they worked late. Cooking meals when money was short. Sending money for vacations, school trips, new appliances. I never asked for much in return. Just love. Just time. A phone call on Sundays. A visit now and then. A card on my birthday. But slowly things changed. It started small. David and Laura bought a bigger house. We need more space for the kids, Mom. I helped with the deposit. Sarah's family took fancy trips. The children deserve experiences. I contributed. My savings dwindled. I took a part-time job at the library, just to have something for myself. They stopped visiting as often. We're so busy, Mom. Phone calls became shorter. Gotta run the kids. I felt it creeping in. The loneliness. Like a draft under the door. Last year, on my 64th birthday, only Sarah called. Late in the day. Oh, Mom, happy birthday. Sorry, it's been crazy here. David texted 2 days later. Forgot to say happy birthday. Love you. I told myself it was fine. They're adults. Life is hectic. But this year, nothing. Until they needed money. That night, after their calls, I sat in the dark kitchen. The cake sat untouched. I thought about all the birthdays I'd made special for them. David's 10th. A superhero party, homemade cake and all. Sarah's sweet 16. A garden tea party with her friends. I remembered the joy in their eyes. The hugs. The "you're the best mom ever." Where did that go? I wondered. Am I just a bank to them now? A safety net? Or worse, invisible unless they need something? Dear listener, have you ever felt that? Like you've given your whole heart, your whole life, and one day, you're just forgotten? I don't say this to make you sad. I say it because I know I'm not alone. So many women like me, mothers, grandmothers, who pour everything into their families, only to wonder if anyone sees us anymore. The next morning, I didn't answer their follow-up texts about the money. I made another cup of tea, and I thought, maybe it's time. Time to see myself again.